Awesome day, teachers. I am here again to give you another awesome tip when you receive a bad feedback. We've all been there, teachers, and I honestly feel you guys. Whenever you receive a bad feedback, I know how you feel because let's be honest, getting a bad feedback can really deflate our self confidence. But I will share some of the tips that I usually do whenever I receive a teaching tip. We've received a bad feedback that we do not agree with. We just refuse to accept the reasons that these students gave us. It's like they ticked all the boxes. The teacher was distracted, the teacher was speaking too fast, or the teacher was drinking while in class, and so on and so forth. But remember, teachers, you are a professional and you are an adult. So, here are some of the tips that I would love to share with you guys. Tip number one, take time to process your emotions. Take a deep breath, remain calm, and keep your feelings in check. It's okay to release your frustrations in private or vent to a loved one so that you don't keep your feelings bottled up inside. Remember that social media is not an avenue for us to rant about work unless there's a good reason for it. So, teachers, remember you need to think before you click. Tip number two, know that receiving negative feedback isn't a personal attack. If you happen to receive a negative feedback, keep in mind that it is not about who you are as a person. Don't let it lower your self confidence because your self worth isn't related to someone else's opinion of you. This is actually what I've learned from a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Hoot by Mark Manson. So please check that out. Tip number three, put yourself in your critic's shoes. Viewing the situation from a different perspective often helps you realize that what seems acceptable to you may not be acceptable to others. After all, we are teaching foreign learners with a different culture, so try to understand your students. Tip number four, review the class recording, then file for an appeal. Take constructive feedback to heart, but be wary of internalizing destructive feedback. Constructive criticism intends to create positive change, provide specific suggestions on how you can improve, and comes from a place of clear good intentions. On the other hand, someone who gives destructive criticism might not provide a reason behind their criticism. If your student is obstinate, meaning your student stubbornly refuses to participate in class, despite attempts to persuade him or her with your effort of delivering a good lesson, the bottom line is that it's possibly not worth letting their negative criticism affect your actions. So it's definitely something that we must keep in mind because after a class, we still have another one. So, teachers, keep yourself in check. Tip number five, and it is a way for you to avoid getting a bad feedback. This is to ask your students for feedback before ending the class. You must be wondering how to get honest feedback from students without soliciting for a good one. Yes, teachers, you can ask your student by the end of each lesson if he or she is happy with the class. When you go out of your way to ask others in life for honest feedback, it allows you to get comfortable with the constructive criticism. And this is another way for you to avoid getting a bad feedback. Don't let these emotions get the best of you. Remember that you are an awesome teacher and you are doing a great job. I hope you enjoyed this video and I was able to help you. Please react to this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it for today. I'll see you again next time. Goodbye!